Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the old stories of old gods of Appalachia, the Breathing Mountains. I am Jennifer, and I'll be taking you through the story today. And we'll start off with our introductions at the top of the order with Alex. Please tell us who you are and who you're playing.
Hey everybody, I'm Lex Wilson. My friends call me Alex, and so can you. I use he, him pronouns, and as does the character I'm playing, Dare. Is Alistair. His friends call him Dare, and he is a brash protector who knows Jack. And I know Jack because I am on my computer while traveling, and switching between windows is going to be very difficult. But I also have a rocking chair.
And thank you very much. I forget the order completely, but we'll just go over to Heck. Tell us who you are and what do you do, what are you doing here?
Yeah, hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot. I'm here. I'm on your screen. I am back with Beatrice Huckle, who is the neighborly explorer who does what needs doing. She uses she, her pronouns, and I use she, they pronouns.
Thank you very much. Mal, tell us who you are and who you're playing.
Hi, I'm Mal, aka Archangelic. Today I am playing Teresa Shaw, who is a superstitious sage who cannot escape the darkness, who is now very, very afraid of the things in town. So
As you should be. Last but not least, tell us who you are, Siliqui.
Hey friends, my name is Siliqui Jaden. I use they them pronouns. You can find me most places online as Fat Sapphic Bro. I'll be playing Jasper Joaquin Vicente, he they pronouns, who is a hardy protector who defends what matters. Welcome back to our space here at Lantern Light Adventures. This is home to all of our TTRPG and related content on Twitch. All of our games are also uploaded to our Lantern Light Adventures YouTube channel. There's a link to our link tree in the chat right now that you can click, and it will take you to all of our various social media pages so you can follow us everywhere we are. If you want to be kept up to date on everything that we're doing, feel free to also join our Discord, which is linked in the chat and in our link tree. Thank you to everyone who responded to the casting call for our new modern magical fantasy game. Stay tuned for more information on that game as we get all the details worked out. Thanks for joining us today for the Old Stories, The Breathing Mountain, our horror-themed Old Gods of Appalachia actual play. We'll be streaming this game most Wednesdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Pacific. Friendly reminder that this is a horror-themed game, so please care for yourselves as needed. As for where you can find us the rest of the week, on most Sundays from 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. PST, we stream Era of the Dragons, our D&D 5e actual play. Most Tuesdays from 6 to 9 p.m. PST, we stream An Empty Dream, our Girl by Moonlight actual play, and we should have the full group back together next week. We also record an audio cast after show. I always stumble on that one. For each of our games, where we go over any necessary advancement steps and debrief from the game. You can listen to these for free on our Patreon at patreon.com/lanternlightadventures. All these after shows will always be free, but we appreciate any contributions and support as it helps us continue to bring you awesome queer content. Just as a reminder, each month we take the last 7 days of the month off so that we can edit and prepare more content for y'all, as well as have a bit of a break to handle our day-to-day responsibilities. And finally, in support of a free Palestine, we will be financially supporting a family through the Pass the Hat project. More information for that will be shared once we are assigned our family. Until then, there's a donation link for Doctors Without Borders on our page that you can support in the meantime. Thanks so much, everyone.
And thank you, everyone. Now, just a small recap as we refresh our players that they did go up, so make sure you did level yourselves up to the appropriate level. Just to remind everybody, this is again a horror themed game. It's just to check in with my players. We will be covering aspects of blood, gore, claustrophobic themes, spooky dark things, not deers, and general shenanigans. If you're okay with that, please let me know. If not, please tell me. All right, cool. Now, as you're investigating the town's mystery, you've been pulled into something much darker, much more supernatural in the sense that the mountain holds a very dark secret. One of these dark secrets happens to be the Gray Ladies, the creatures you confronted last night. Three interesting women who challenged you into either giving you a newborn son that you freed from clutches of servitude or suffer the consequences, particularly the town at large. They told you that their master was the thing that sounds like horns but really doesn't, And the fact that they openly challenged you, openly dragged you into a space that they controlled, was an outright call to all of you, a challenge at the very least. Now, Jonas is there with you as you kind of been pulled away back into the safety of Teresa's home. You kind of found yourselves in a conundrum. Whether you face this conundrum head on is up to you. Whether you turn over this newborn person is up to you. But the paths are yours as the night has pulled itself down up and around you, breathing its dark veiled lights and shadowed cast trees across this luscious garden that Teresa now has in front of her lawn. The borders are now steady and strong. Creatures that want to get in, that used to get in, can no longer get in, as the borders have strengthened themselves with a little bit of hedge magic. You feel yourselves kind of, I would say, if you're all right with it, anxious, if anything. Space is yours as the night is full of mystery and wonder, but the dark things lurk in the corner of your minds.
Sometimes not so much the corners. Maybe we're thinking about them a lot.
Yeah. Um, I think we're pretty clear we're not giving up Applejack. I'm
I
sorry,
agree.
John.
Old habits die hard.
John is definitely one of speculation as he has found himself in a corner of your house and is just eating some bread that he's found. You're not sure where he's gotten it because it definitely wasn't in your house before.
Yeah, it's like having a teenage boy in the house.
Also remind the players you do have some dynamite still on you. As I'm looking over my notes.
Oh yeah, we did that, huh?
That we
Yes.
do. You know, it's going to come in handy at just the right moment. I just know it.
Either really handy or it'll be the problem that we need something bigger than dynamite to solve.
Oh, we definitely have Chekhov's dynamite at this point.
So what do we do from here?
Well, let me think. Um, they made a deal with the Gray Ladies, all these folks. Still under that deal, even though some have been released. The question is, how do we release the whole town from this deal, from basically get this town from under their thumb?
I really kind of wonder who, if anyone in the town, knows about all of this.
Well, then it seems like the folks we talked to who do know about it are angry that we went pushing. The good doctor, I mean, threatened us with a shot, all but threatened us with a shotgun. So,
Well, for the most part, we know who are the folks that don't want us to push, but what if there were maybe folks that are not awares of the whole situation that would? It's
hmm,
opening a whole can of worms, but that's all about to happen anyway, I feel like.
yeah, I feel like a lot of the folks that would have helped us are dead now.
It's fair.
McCavish still seems like he's a bit of a wild card in all of this.
Maybe our next step should be to talk to Applejack again now that we have a little more context with the
Mhm.
ladies. I'd also like to know what he took from me and whether I can get it back.
Well, that boy's around here somewhere. And Teresa will call out for Jack.
So he's just sitting in the corner of your house eating bread. He's been listening to this the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
He just
Yep.
kind of says, "Hey,
Hey, John.
yep,
So we met the Gray Ladies.
that sucks."
They mentioned that I was missing something.
Yeah,
Can you take a guess what I was missing?
the thing you gave me. Like, he stands up, holding his loaf of bread. You literally gave me your pity there.
I literally did not.
In the phrasing of what I was, you did.
I said I wasn't going to give you my pity.
Meow. I took it.
What is it to you?
Emotions, I guess, in the grand scheme. Do you want it back?
I would like to be whole. But the point of pity is it's nothing. It's something that it's like the opposite of connection. It's the opposite of a gift, which is why I didn't want to give it to you.
Maybe that's why I took it. To be spiteful?
So you did it because you were angry at me.
Well, to be honest, you kind of were very mad at me, and I was very mad at you. One of you shot me. He looks over to Jasper in the head. And one of you kept calling me the devil. I was not the devil. So I had some retribution to bank off of, and I was you know, I took what I wanted. Then I was allowed to. Permission was granted.
Well, I would appreciate being whole again.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go get your pity.
Let's go get my pity.
Yeah,
All right, John, if you're going to be human, you got to understand we don't really think of these things as going on a quest to get my pity. It's a little in the head that I don't think I quite understand. I just what the hell's going on, man?
we go back to the apple orchard and get your pity.
All right, to the apple orchard.
Awesome. And as for what's going on, you're the ones who poked the Gray Lady. I did not do that. As he kind of claps his hands together and puts the bread down. I may have taken this from the lady down the street.
Taking what?
He points to the bread.
And I look at the bread. What kind of bread is
It's
that?
it's a nice little white sourdough bread, homemade, nothing from your bakery.
Hmm. Good crust. Nice and moist. Well, you got good taste.
Yep. Like people leave tons of food out on their windowsill. Like it's amazing. Like you just walk up to a windowsill, get some
Oh dear.
pie or bread or
That
I found a
oh no.
roast the other day. It was great.
Now, listen here, boy. You may not be magically bound to exchange anymore, but there's still an expectation that if you take something from somebody, you give something in return. You hear me?
Yes, I gave the woman who's bred some thyme and rosemary for her tea. The gentleman whose roast I took, I gave them some apples and some cider. I bought those.
That's good to hear. It's good to hear.
Did
And
you
the
get the most important thing? Or did you give the most important thing from them, which is consent?
I mean, leaving food in the window is, he kind of pauses. Is that not how people say take food here? I mean, that's how they did it back then.
We tend to put it out on the windowsill to let it cool, and we tended to make it because we intended to eat it or to give it to somebody willingly. I think your goal might be to get the food willingly.
Ah, well,
Let's work towards that.
now I know that it's not how it works here. I'm learning. Anyways, Appleyard. And I won't steal from any more windows, even though some people deserve it.
Wow, you seem to understand the word steal for somebody who didn't know what they were doing a second ago, John.
I learn quickly. What can I say? I am very adaptable to my surroundings.
We already know that this apple orchard has dried up, right?
It started to tilt away from its fall luster.
Well, let's head that way.
hmm So, traveling there, it is a full moonlit night. But John doesn't seem to care or mind, as he just kind of walks and chats incessantly. He's like a small child who's never had the freedom to talk or has just never been told to stop talking. And he just chats away with everything he's been doing, and it's been quite an adventure he's been on, from making the apartment that you gave him, Jasper, into a mini terrarium, to finding some small, neat little caves on the outlines, to getting a cut on his hand and finding a nice lady to bandage his hand up, to taking the bread from a window. He's had a lot of adventures so far. He seems to be adapting to his human life quite well. And the garden is a testament to that, if anything. And eventually you do kind of make your way down to the apple orchard. And you see him kind of pause, look around, and go towards the creek area. And you see, all of you, that it is a crossroad. So, sure you want it back? I mean, it's kind of a sucky emotion.
I don't know about that, but I do want to be whole. When the Gray Lady said that there's something missing from me, I didn't like that feeling.
Okay. He goes towards the middle of this crossroad and it kind of squats down and kind of starts pushing away dirt. And it takes him about 10 or so minutes before he stands up, pulls out a small chest, and turns it around to you. All right, here it is.
What does it look like?
Simple brown chest and probably used for jewelry or something at one point. Nothing too fancy. Has a little brass kind of key lock on it, and it's nice for what it is.
And it's in this chest?
He nods.
And what happens when I open this chest?
It's yours.
So you took something from me and you gave it back. And if I open it, will it be a part of me again? Or is it like you took a finger from me and you're giving me back the finger and I can't do anything with that finger.
Well, you can do a lot with severed fingers, but
And you can do a lot with a severed finger.
I've seen people do a lot. Anyways, no, it's just like he thinks for a moment, like drinking water, it becomes a part of
Any drawbacks to this that I should know about? Side effects?
you. Get a really bad emotion back or good emotion, however you want to qualify it. Have you not done anything with severed? We'll get back on that. But yeah, it's just like it's yours.
You'd tell me if there was something I needed to know about this process, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trusting you, John.
Well, in a lot of scenarios that would be very poor, but okay. Not this one.
All right. Teresa, can you think of a reason why I shouldn't open this chest?
I mean, honestly, I can't think of one. It sounds like, I mean, I've had a few words with John here and there, but overall he's been truthful, honest, if a bit of a smart aleck, but
Hmm.
I
Just
think
wondering, I'm just wondering if there's something John might not be thinking to tell me.
I'm still stuck on the fact that you've never actually used a severed finger for anything. Like, that's a little weird to me.
that's not normal, John. That's not a thing humans do.
You can do just it's fine.
All right, I'm about to open the chest. Does everybody stand back?
Yeah.
Teresa, having reassured me, stands back, right? All right, I open the chest.
You open the chest, and inside is a crystal vial, and it looks like to be a liquid starlight almost. And it kind of glints and rolls in this vial on its own accord. And John kind of nods his head to it and says, "There it is."
All right. Yeah, it's prettier than I thought it would be. And I open it up.
You open it up, and almost like fireflies, the liquid kind of spills out and settles across your skin, and it's almost diamond-like in fashion. And it feels warm to the touch where it settles. And for a moment, there is a thought of giddiness, and then kind of gives way to, I feel sorry for this. And then you understand the emotion of pity once more as it returns to you.
Well, it's not a healthy feeling, but it's back.
John shuts the lid. Told you.
I kind of smile sadly and nod, and thanks for keeping it safe and returning it for me.
Of course. You want the other stuff that's buried under here? Nothing from you guys. Like things I've collected over the years.
Well, maybe that should be a project for you. What can you return? What can you make amends for? What did you take that somebody might want back? You don't have to do it all at once, but you might learn a thing or two.
I'm not giving back the names. Those were given to me. So
Yeah, what was given to you, I think, is less of a gray area, but as long as it wasn't under duress or
no.
trickery.
Actually, none of them were. I've been really good about taking names. I'm very proud of that.
Good.
Hmm.
What were some recent things that you took from people who might still be in town?
Oh, took some pirate coins from somebody. Those were nice. Those are cool. He kind of steps to one side, squats down, digs another hole, pulls up a small satchel. Here, I don't actually have any use for them.
What do you think the lifespan of humans are?
Short.
So how long ago were these pirate coins fall into your possession?
He thinks for a moment. 200 years?
Thought so. Well, if someone's a pirate, they probably did something wrong.
I don't know. They just gave it to me and then wanted something for exchange. I can't actually remember what. I don't think it was that important. Anyways,
Yeah.
he kind of shoves the pirate coins into your hands, Beatrice. I don't want them anymore.
Just taken aback, holding this satchel of coins. Like, okay, we're just gonna accept that now, I guess.
That's right. Miss Beatrice gets gold, I get pity. This is come
I
leveling up
can
is never so
I can give you pearls. I got some pearls too. He kind of steps to another corner of the crossroads, digs up a smaller chest and opens it, and there's a chest full of pearls. And he's like, I don't want these either.
hmm.
He kind of shoves them into your hands there and digs up two more items and gives you, Teresa, looks to be a small book of sorts made out of beechwood, maybe at best. And inside there's a list of ingredients of various potions and like old world potions. And to you, Jasper, he gives you a knife with a wicked silver edge to it. They thought they were a werewolf with that one, so I said, okay, I'll take it off of you and cure your werewolfism. And they were actually a werewolf, but they thought they were.
How long ago did you get these gifts before we take them?
Hmm. Points to the book. When I came to the New World, when I was actually in Lexington, points to the knife. So 50 to 100 years ago.
Okay. Well,
I
thank
just
you.
bury things here when I move.
Well, thank you. We might be able to hire some help if we need some.
Yeah, there's more here, but whatever. Dig what you want.
Jasper will clap a hand on Dare's back. All right, you're whole again. Let's not use that to sacrifice yourself, please.
Show me there's a better way and I won't have to.
Well, we're gonna have to find a better way.
I'm all ears.
John, what do you
Hmm.
know about the inner dark?
Oh boy. He kind of sits down on a nearby tree stump. It is a place that the green does not go, cannot grow. It doesn't grow anything good. It is evil upon evil. It's always existed in alignment with the green. It's the opposition to the green. Balance of all things, sort of deal. I serve the green in the sense that the great lady served the inner dark. It's by choice, by will. It's the thing that brings temptation to life and grants that most inner need or want or desire. It's the corruption of all corruption, in simplest terms.
Either way, it can't be good, can it?
No, not always.
None of this can be a simple thing that we can just point at and say, yeah, let's destroy that and this will all be done. Nothing can ever be that simple for us.
I mean, you do have a simple way out.
Just because we have choices doesn't mean they're good ones. Doesn't mean we have to make them quite yet.
Just because they sound simple doesn't mean they actually are for how everybody feels about them.
Oh, but when was the last time we did have good choices?
It feels like eons ago.
Yeah, that sounds like a luxury.
Hmm. You shouldn't sell yourself short. You've done a lot of good, even if you don't see it that way. Freeing somebody from an eternal servitude is really quite a good thing. Bringing a town into its timeline is a good thing. Making sure people aware of their mortality is a good thing. Because it brings about a preciousness to life. With the dark that undertones it all, it's okay to forget that there is light.
I appreciate that perspective, John.
Well, it's the least I can offer.
Thank you for the book, John. And thank you for everything you've told us. I know I've been hard on you, but thank you, honestly.
Well, sometimes when you put an immortal being into a perspective of mortality, they have to learn.
And you've done a good amount of learning, and I'm proud of you, honestly.
Oh, well, thank you.
Well, now that we dug up some treasure, let's get out of the dark. Get inside.
Mhm. My four little pirates, as John kind of clasps his hands together and stands up from
Oh,
his tree stump.
my heart.
You practically prance all the way back to your house, Teresa.
So cute. So cute. Yeah. Teresa will just kind of make sure everything's set. I mean, like it sounds like it's late, it's at night. So
Mm-hmm. And with the missive of the Grey Ladies kind of asking you to turn John over to him, you can each go back to your respective homes for the night. Um, Jonas is resting at your place there. He is taken up on the floor and has curled around your dogs, and your dogs greet you when you get home. Um, they're happy to see you, of course.
Happy to see them.
Do the little butt wiggles and kind of rub against you before going back to bed. Jonas sleeping soundly.
I'll fill them in the morning.
Sounds good. You'll get home safe. Nothing bothers you for the rest of the night. If you have any damage, make sure you roll your 1d6 plus 3 at this point to recover your stats. The morning comes and the day is bright and sunny. The night shaken off by the cry of the crows. And the air's a little bit warmer today. Summer creeping in, full view, the hot humidity of the mountain kind of pressing in on the valley itself.
As Teresa's doing her things for the day, as soon as she sees Jasper, she's gonna kind of pull you aside. Hey, um, good morning.
Morning.
There's something I wanted to talk to you about in particular. Um, all of these visions and all of these things have like got me a little distracted, but there's been something, some sort of creature, some, I don't know if it's a creature or not. Something's been following me. Something's been feeding me power that I don't know the source of. And for a moment, for a while there, I thought it was Owen. And now it looks like Owen. It hasn't said much to me, but I asked it to help me protect the town. And he accepted, I think. Um, when I called up shadows and everything before, that's Owen doing that, and it wasn't me.
How can you be so certain that it's Owen?
Saw his face plain as day. Yesterday, when I fell back, when I stomped, it it wasn't just because I had to tie my shoe. I asked it. I reached out to it. I asked it for protection. I asked it for help. I don't know if it's Owen, but it's it hasn't hurt me. It hasn't done anything that's hurt us.
When did you first notice this? Like, did this come alongside that stone thing?
No. I felt this thing's presence the whole time since the day he died. I felt the presence show up then, but I didn't see its face until the past few days.
And you've never gotten like a malicious feeling from it?
Not a single one. It's it's been nothing but protect me. It's done nothing but protect me.
Well, I don't know shit about magic or any of the stuff that you know how to do, but I mean, if it hasn't shown itself to be malicious, I would say be cautious, but I don't know how this stuff works. I don't know how to find out if it has anything to do with Owen or not.
Do you think it could just be Owen?
I mean, at this point, anything's possible. I've seen things I never could have conceived of, so I guess we couldn't entirely write that out of possibility. I I don't I didn't believe in ghosts or things like that, but I don't know, we've seen some weird shit here lately.
Big part of me hopes it's him, but think like everyone in this town, like being stuck in time like that means I felt sad about him for far too long, I think. I mean, I'm not going to not be sad, but part of me still hopes deeply that this is Owen, that he's here to protect me. I don't know if it's wise to hang on to that or if I should just, I don't know. I just needed you to know, and I needed you in case something goes wrong, in case I end up one of those like gray ladies, which is involved in their own thing, serving some master.
Yeah. I appreciate the heads up. I would give anything to have my best friend back. My first friend, you know, we've known each other since as long as I can remember. So I understand why that hope wants to live in you, but just be cautious. Just in case. We've been tricked by things plenty of times already.
I think Teresa will just say thank you and like give you a big hug. Just
Yeah, I'll return the hug, of course.
and she'll go off and keep doing her own things for the morning.
Sounds good. So now that I've rolled everything, for your dagger, Jasper, you get a +1 forward to your attacks, and this will be considered an artifact. For you, Dare, you get Pearls of Wisdom, and you get 5 of these. These will be a +1 to your intellect rolls, and these will be considered an artifact. Teresa, you get a +1 to any magical abilities. Again, an artifact. You get 3 uses out of this. For you, Heck, you have Toss of a Coin. You have 5 pirate coins that can give a 50-50 outcome to any outcome. Heads is a positive flip. Tails is a negative flip. And these will be considered an artifact.
Very cool.
These can refresh at the end of 1 week if you use them all. And you've gained a +1 favor to the green. So you now have 65% positivity that the green will come to your aid in need of help. So how I factor that in, I just roll a D100, and if it's 65 or above, it's a success. Or 65 below, excuse me. As long as it hits at 65, you're good. Either way. But the
Awesome.
morning has come. Dare, your bakery is up and swinging. People are buying food. People are visiting the library, Beatrice. Miss Jenny Brown is noticeably absent from her shop.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
uh, the 1 or 2 kids that do go to school are also hanging around the library today. No
Uh-huh.
teachers
I wonder
absent.
why.
Yeah. But
They're
and
showing a
along,
video.
yeah.
Yeah, well, let me just roll in the TV.
It's the moon landing. Um,
Who was the precursor to Bill Nye?
Tesla.
Desmond. It'll be Carl Sagan. I won't get at that. Anyways.
A very young Carl Sagan,
A
yes.
very young Carl Sagan. uh, David Attenborough. Anyways, what would you like to do today? As the day is a bit yours, you have a free roam day, more or less. You do have the mountain you could go back into. You have the confrontation with the Great Ladies you can do. Like I said before, and the after show, you can confront them one at a time. You do not need to confront them all at once, as they are quite deadly. Um, you can continue investigating, you can talk to people, whatever you would like. Or you could just have a nice, calm day. Whatever you wish.
And what do we want to get up to today?
I don't think we're ready to fight even one of the great ladies, so that's off the table. I don't think we're ready yet. We
I
could
might
talk to folks.
I might be a little ready, but it's
You know, fair
no,
enough, fair enough.
like I'll have to make sure all the charms in my house are in place first, but get the right things in my pocket before we go. But yeah, I think but either way, it's might be a deadly endeavor. And the mountain seemed as just as dangerous, if not more so. But we know that what kind of creatures are in there now, so
Mm-hmm.
And you do have the Tommy Knockers on your side in the mountain, so
Oh,
you do
yeah.
have allies going into there that will help you if you need them.
Mm.
is it time to go look for beloved?
Sure.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
You guys could have a nice calm day. Just take a relax. Nah, skip. Let's
No.
go. We
Audience, I
can't
would
take on
like
a
to
gray lady, but
I would like you I would like the audience to know I've given them 2 beach days offers and they're like, no, we're gonna go mess with the mountain.
The town was an eternal spring. Like
we came here for the horror.
I don't know, this bread smells really nice. I don't know. Fine.
I offer them peace and they're like, no, let's go fuck with the mountain.
it's like when you take when you start relaxing at home and you're like, and then you start thinking about all the chores you have to do. Like,
You're like, ah.
Listen, I was like, certainly let's not go into the mountain. And then Jen was like, but the Tommy knockers are on your side. And I was like, oh yeah, that changes things for me.
yeah, we did not gain their favor the first time we went in there. So
No, you did.
that
You solved the
Those
riddle
were the
of the
ones that we
green.
did.
Yeah, the Tommy Knockers you did.
that's
It
right.
was
They were the cute
the
little ones on the floor that we gave right to.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
It
like on
was
our way back out though. That's what I mean. Like, yeah, it's like yeah.
it was the let's see, it was the wrongness that you didn't want to mess with.
Oh yeah.
All right, is there anything we want to take with us this time? Because weren't quite prepared last time. Or do anything differently. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna need more biscuits. We didn't know there were that many Tommy knockers. Maybe I'll bring one of these semolina loaves that I've been working on.
Hell yeah.
They'd probably like that quite a bit, actually. Yeah.
Test kitchen,
Yes. All
All right. So heading back up the mountain, the path is a bit clearer today. Again, it's all kind of uphill. But you do note that the trees are starting to take on a more summer aspect, meaning they're losing a lot of their blooming flowers. A lot of the sweetness that they once have kind of turns over to more of a sticky sap sort of smell that the pine trees kind of hold. Um, and things are just sort of pushing into summer hold overall. You do see the start of what looks to be like galls on some trees that are starting to form. Wasps have taken up residence in various trees. More birds are quite active and screaming at each other like birds tend to do. And the forest is lively and beautiful. Kind of these rays of light pour through the trees, creating a beautiful scene as you're traveling through. The once tight curled ferns are now kind of unfolding into a more fern-like form and kind of filling out at long last. No more fiddleheads for you guys, unfortunately, as they're no longer safe to eat when they start to unfurl. But as you kind of push through, you smell the distinct smell of onions, maybe garlic, as you kind of see what looks to be wild shoots kind of starting to pop out in the trees. And I would say, Beatrice, you notice some pawpaws kind of starting to form and grow around these trees as they are a Appalachian kind of superfruit, more or less. Very tasty
Hmm.
if you like them. Um,
Some people don't.
yeah,
I know
as a
people
person,
who don't.
yeah, as a person who grew up in Appalachia, yeah, no, it's really an acquired taste, but they're good if you need to survive,
Hmm.
and they're quite nice to have if you need some food out in the wild. But you do see some ramps just kind of starting to grow, and they're quite nice to have in a soup or just on their own. But eventually you kind of push through and start to see these summer blooms kind of filter up at the top of the head of this mountain trail. And you see more and more butterflies, particularly monarch butterflies that are passing through on their summer journey. And when you get to the top, the mine shaft is there. The door is still open. The area where the workers would have been is still there and open as you left it. No riddles to solve in this particular passage, as you've already solved this starter area, more or less. And the cave entry is there for your perusal. Let's see. And you can push in without any trouble.
I assume Teresa brought the bird.
Oh yeah, lucky.
Yeah.
Do you have that bird?
Yeah,
Do you
absolutely.
have,
We
do you
do
have
need
that
that bird.
bird? Can easily get into where you were before the cave-in started, and you find yourself at this point of strange glowing lights and everything. The space is quite quiet now, and nobody seems to be bothering you at this point.
All right. Well, I guess we need to find a way deeper in, huh?
Hmm.
We have a few paths that were blocked, but
And we compared it with the map, right?
Yeah, so when you
Between these visits.
compared it with the map, this would be as you're going down, this would be kind of a second layer kind of cave area. Some mining took here, but this more seemed like an exploratory
Got it.
area to see if they could dig in this space, and it looks like they couldn't really dig in this space. It was more of they just needed to get down.
Got it.
I think too we might want to like have told John on our way out like that we're going here, and if we're not back by sundown, that we might be dead. So come look for
Someone,
us or send our
someone,
search party.
someone's seen 127 hours. because I'm not eating a finger, and I don't care what John says.
Yeah, it just baffles him that you just don't want to, do that. He just doesn't get it.
Yeah, I'll have to look at his recipe book later.
I was tempted to ask him what his favorite thing to do with a severed finger was, but I didn't really want to know the answer.
All of the answers are bad.
Yeah.
If the answer isn't nothing, it's a bad answer.
It could have been practical jokes,
For
um,
sure.
a fart
True.
gag. Um, give it to somebody who has lost a finger. He's it could have been a nice, sweet thing. But
Sure. Sure.
make a bouquet.
Oh God, a bouquet of middle fingers. Okay. Um, it's in my head. It has to be in yours now. Let's keep an eye out too for our little friends in case
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
they're
little
hanging out.
foes, either one.
Yeah.
Definitely keep an eye out for the big foes.
Yeah, those two. Okay, I'm gonna wander back up to the weird little lights that are up here.
Yeah.
As
So
some
as
things start
you
getting weird.
as you approach the lights, you can see that it is an amber sort of cracks along the ground here, and underneath you kind of see what looks to be natural glowworms just kind of making their way underneath the space, and you get the sense that underneath you is fairly hollow for these worms to make their home. But they're not intimidating or scary. They're just glowworms. And there's a lot of them here, so enough to
Mhm.
illuminate the space.
Cool, cool.
Yeah. Well, well, that's harmless enough. I guess we
Yeah.
go. We
Why
keep.
did you say that? Why? Why would you?
What?
There's no
Oh,
wood to knock on down here.
you guys are encountering a purple worm? Because
I
fuck,
have
this is
I have
No.
beechwood on the book. The book cover is beechwood. I'm just knocking on it.
Yeah, it's just purple. It's just purple worms coming to eat your faces. It's fine. No.
No. Okay. Well,
Alright.
we carry on. Nevertheless, we persist.
Right.
Jasper, you want to take the lead or the rear?
I'm good to go in front.
I'll take the rear.
Mhm.
All right, we're just gonna keep making our way.
Protector Sandwich. That's our team name.
Make your way towards the right side of this kind of fork in the road where there seems to be a lantern just beyond the space. As you get close, you see it quietly flickering in the distance. And as you get into the space, you realize there is a kind of door in the way, mostly probably to trap any fires that might occur in the cave down below, just for safety reasons, and more or less to protect any miners that might come up into this upper space from anything that's going down in the below. And as you do so,
Oh,
you're greeted with this kind of puzzle as you see some of the gears are a bit wonky.
Oh, let's see. Oh, we should be able to see all the keys, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, took me a second to realize you're doing something with the tabletop.
Yep.
Gotta switch windows.
Here, let me show this to you so you can have. There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
All right. The nature of gears is that when one turns clockwise, any connected gear will turn counterclockwise and vice versa. This means if there are an odd number of gears connected in a loop, they will jam. If you look closely at the configuration of the gears in this mechanism, the 3 gears on the right are connected in a loop, meaning that even if you did find another gear that fit, the whole system would be locked anyway. Okay. Well, sounds like gears will turn. 3 gears on the right are connected in a loop. What if we just take that smaller gear and move it to that other pin, the one on the upper right?
Yeah. Like that's what I'm like, okay, yeah, if we the only like different thing that we can do instead of finding another one is just moving the confirmation of the ones we've got.
They all look the same size to me. Is the size of them you're looking at the description, or is it the what's in the main window?
I'm using the diagram in the description
Ah, got it. Okay,
because they're laid out that way. So.
got it.
Yeah, the one that's on the board is just so in case you wanted to move the puzzle pieces around to have a contextual, like, if I did this,
Yeah.
this, and this.
Got it.
Yeah, basically we got this whole thing going.
Hmm.
Yeah, some people are kinetic visual learners, some people aren't, so I offered both solutions.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
we currently have an even number of gears, so
Mhm. Yeah, that makes sense. I can we just say I solve it because I've got the engineering skill
You'd still
with
have to
that.
roll for it.
No, I disagree.
It could
Worth a
be-
shot.
You'd still have to
Just
roll for it.
I also have a really high score in obstinance. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I like that solution. They moving the small gear to where that little dot is. That makes sense to me.
All right. Do. So you move it over, and as you do so, the gears fit nicely with each other, and you are able to move the mechanism on the door itself.
Who suggested that? Because that was a good idea.
I did.
Nice, nicely done. I didn't want it to be like the guy, saying the same solution that it was just announced and taking credit for it. Cool.
Why do I feel like just Teresa like had to repair her sewing machine a couple times.
There you go.
I like that. Yeah, you could take some XP for you guys collectively can take some XP for solving the puzzle. How's that?
Definitely. We'll take some XP.
All right. So solving that puzzle, you're able to open the door and move into the next space.
Are our tokens not on here?
And I was like, is it too dark? Can I just not see them? No, I don't see them.
Where on this map are we? I can drop this in.
You're up here.
There.
There we go. Does one of us have a lantern or something?
I think you had
Ooh,
one.
yeah.
I think so.
Let's give Jasper the lantern since you're out front.
Cool.
The walls of this cave is a bit hewed out as if there was active digging here. You do see some coal mine deposits above you and along the walls. So this was an active coal site at one point. Looks like digging had stopped as they kind of got to smaller and smaller deposits and had moved on. But the cave system's a bit windy here. It's not the typical straight lined like space you expect. This seems to be almost as if they were following a natural groove.
Head this way.
All right, we'll keep heading deeper in.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll just keep moving forward unless anyone tells me to stop.
As you kind of move forward, you do see a few Tommy knockers kind of peeking down at you, curious as to what you're doing, but they won't really bother you too much. Um, they're just wanting to know more or less why you're here, but they'll scuttle away once they figured you're not a threat to them.
Okay. I'll also point them out to Dare in case he wants to throw some biscuits. All right.
That's what I brought the loaf for, the semolina loaf. And I'll just start tearing
Yeah.
up and share it. Make sure you share it.
No. Expect little gremlins to do that? No.
That's right. We introduced this society of like capitalism and scarcity, and they just start fighting over this stuff. Just
Oh my
break into
God.
factions. Yeah.
You can't actually go that way, Jasper. It seems to
Okay.
be a shallow cove area and doesn't
Oh.
really lead anywhere.
Okay.
Huh. Whee.
I would say, Beatrice, with your keen eye in history, you noticed some fossils in the ground.
Like plants, animals, both?
Plants and sea life.
Nice.
Mostly ferns and those curly shelled ones.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that's why is it leaving my brain? No. I know what you're
The
talking about
yeah,
though.
yeah, it's
Is
those.
it like atolls? Is that what they are?
I think Nautilus or something like that.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, nautiloid looking things.
Yeah, little nautiloids. It's quite abundant in the UK. But you find some of those kind of just decorated here and there.
Oh, ammonite. There we go. I was like, it begins with an A. Okay, there it is. There it is.
As you press into the next space, you find yourself kind of facing a narrow corridor. Uh, High walls on either side that go stretch from floor to ceiling, stairs that lead downwards into what looks to be a flooded area, and stairs leading up to the other side. And as you get there, I would have you all notice that there is a bit of a issue getting across. You are all fairly smart enough to figure out that the passageway will only let one of you at a time get across, or at least single file through. It's about 30 feet across, and the water below is very clear, been filtered out either by the stone itself or just natural clear water. Who knows? But you would notice, I would say, some minor holes along the wall of this space.
For the sake of our listening audience, in order to move into the next room, you must descend into a narrow walkway about 4 feet below the floor, about 2 feet wide and about 30 feet long. This walkway is a long, narrow pool almost completely filled with clear water. The stone walls of this walkway have small holes every few feet, about 1 or 2 inches above the water line. If water gets into these holes, some deadly trap is activated. Think arrows or flame acid geysers. When you enter the water, its level rises to displace your volume.
Well, do we think this trap is continuous? So if we displaced it and just let it trigger on its own, like we throw a rock or something in there, displace it, do we think that it'll just reset and re-trigger when we go in there?
Hmm. How far into it is the first hole?
I'm going to guess about here.
And we're coming from the left.
Yeah, you're right here.
Okay. I wonder if we can do some back of the napkin calculations to see if one person would be enough to trigger it. Um, yeah, what can I roll for that to sort of take a guess?
You can use your puzzle solution or your intellect to roll, and you can have advantage or a +5 to your roll.
Right. I think I just got to do intellect. Did that work? Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. 9 plus 4. Or 9
Uh-huh.
plus, yeah. So
Yeah,
13.
13. So you would understand that displacing the water too much would trigger the traps. You're
Hmm.
not sure how high the other holes are. You just know the first two are fairly close to you, so you just have to proceed with caution. But with your intellect roll, you do see something across the way on the other side of the wall, and it looks like to be a lever.
So what I was rolling for was if one person would be enough. The guess I'm trying to guess whether one person would be enough to make the water level rise to the point where it would hit that hole.
Possibly.
Okay.
It really depends on who you send over.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty skinny. Um,
I am very not.
I think I do have like an ability that I might be able to use for this too.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's one of the new ones from our level ups.
Oh yeah, we have an explorer. That's right.
Yeah. Cool stuff, right? Um, I mean, I'd have to spend points for it, but like honestly, that's probably fine. All right. How do I put this in chat again?
cool. I don't have a skill for it, but I am brash. So,
How much edge do you
Alt.
have? Do you have enough edge to cover it?
Well, I can partially cover it. It would be 2 intellect points, so
Uh,
but like not the end of the world, honestly. Um
Famous last words.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It was fine last Cypher campaign as an so we can try our best here.
What could
Um
possibly go wrong in
what
a
could
TTRPG?
possibly go wrong? Um but yeah, hold on. Let me just put it in the chat to even like see if this is a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
But foil danger. You negate one source of potential danger related to one creature or object that you are aware of within immediate distance for 1 round. This could be a weapon or device held by someone, a trap triggered by a pressure plate, or a creature's natural ability. You can also try to foil a foe's mundane action, but that's not really applicable. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you make your roll against the danger.
Yeah, you can definitely use that here, as this is technically a trap.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do the thing. Okay, so it just says make your roll. So is an intellect roll because I'm spending intellect points.
Yes, so
Okay.
you still make the roll. I think you still
Okay.
use the intellect points. Just mostly since you'd be rolling against me by all technicality. Just get higher than a 5.
Okay. 7. That's higher than 5. We like it. We like it here. Okay. Lit.
All right. Yeah. So you would definitely you are weirdly adaptable to this particular puzzle. And you realize, oh, it's a stone wall. Stone walls, you can be a goat, basically. You are a goat across these walls.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, you are able to navigate, instead of going into the water itself, you're able to kind of shimmy across the rock wall itself. You are able to find a neat amount of footings that you can place yourself and grab onto to get across without actually triggering the trap itself. And you get across and you do see a lever, and you can roll an intellect to see if this is what you need to deactivate it.
Okay. Ooh, I'll take that 18.
Yeah, definitely. You know this will definitely deactivate the trap, and allow the rest of your companions to get across just fine.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, you deactivate it, and the rest of you can make your way across the water just fine.
Amazing.
You'll get a little wet, bar Beatrice, who managed to goat her way across. Mountain goats defy the law of physics.
Yeah.
True. Because of
Excellent
their
work.
weird little hooves. They're so vertical. I don't know
I
how they
know.
do it.
90-degree angles, man. That's all they need.
Humans have big feet. That's one of our main
Mhm.
problems.
True.
Different adaptations. Um,
But you get across, no worries. Well done, everybody.
well done, Beatrice.
Yeah, now this will push you into this cave. And it is
Oh.
dark. I'll put a light where you are. Come into this space right here. This space is strange. It's not like the other caves above you or around you. It is flat. There's water running through it. It is spacious. You don't see the ceiling at all. The trickling of water kind of makes you alert that there is a cave water system through here. And the ground is uneven and unworked. You do see minor tools kind of scattered about, but they seem to have been forgotten. Old and covered in dust, covered in rust. I would say Jasper and Teresa, if you could make me a perception/intelligence roll.
See, I don't think I took anything in perception still. So intellect it is.
I am trained in perception now. Nat 20.
Very nice. You get an XP for that, so don't get to take that. Teresa, you're too distracted by these cavernous space and the strange glowing lights that are around here. Different colors and hues kind of catch you off guard. And there's kind of this mounting pressure in the back of your mind. But you, Jasper, look over and see a journal that just says Owen.
I'm gonna pick that up.
Pick it up. It's covered in dust. It's old. It's almost falling apart in your hands.
Does it look like it's his handwriting? Or
Yeah,
is it like not in condition enough to read?
you recognize Owen's handwriting.
Teresa?
Yeah.
This was on the floor.
I'll gently take it from Jasper, open it up, and look at it.
It's Owen's handwriting detailing his workday, more or less. What he saw, what he was planning to do, dated back when he was working here.
It's Owen's. He must have dropped it or lost it.
Or it just got left behind and everything.
How far do the dates go in there? Does it go to the day that things went down?
Yeah, it follows right up until his death.
I want to try and read the last entry, see if there's anything that he saw that might elucidate anything.
As you kind of read through, get to the last page, all you see is it wasn't her fault. We did what we had to do to protect her. The green man asked us to, and we obeyed. If this is found, break the cycle.
Think that part, Teresa, will the part about the green man asking. It wasn't her fault. I'll read that part out loud from It Wasn't Her Fault. Break the cycle.
I don't know. It feels a little convenient as finding that. I Dare's going to be a natural skeptic, but he, one of his new skills is sensing lies. Could he do this on a piece of paper that they found, um, or is that something that he can only do to somebody in person? It's sensing attitudes, I believe, is the skill. The skill's called
Sure.
sensing lives. Okay. Let me see how that works mechanically. There's nothing that says it costs anything. Enabler, it says.
If
That
it's
sounds
an
like Dare.
enabler, yeah, if it's an enabler move, I don't think they cost much unless they are like really up there.
Okay, so it's probably just a roll of some sort.
Yeah. Yeah, just roll. Just roll.
Yeah, on your sheet under skills, there's a little die icon by sensing lies you can click.
Now I got to get back to that. Let's see. There we go. Small screen. Close the
Nice.
character sheet and see what I rolled. Yay! All right.
16. Nice.
From your limited understanding of Owen, but of the way Teresa has always portrayed him, there is no falsehood in this writing.
All right. I got no reason to believe it's not legit. I just think it's convenient. Yeah, I'm not going to be trusting anytime our luck is good. So
Yeah, that's fair.
you can
As
sense,
you
if any of you can sense pessimism, if any of you take that skill.
As you're kind of sensing, or you're trying to figure out why this is here, we'll go into our break.
Awesome. All right, folks. We will be back in 10 to 15 with more of this game. See you soon.
Hi, welcome back to the old stories, the old gods of Appalachia. We are down in the caves of the mountain looking for beloved. And as they enter into the space, the players will notice the rough-hewn ground, the discovery of Owen's diary, and the peculiar electrical charge that fills the space.
Shall we keep pressing forward? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
As you do so, whoever's in front
Me. Oh no, what happened?
roll me an intellect defense roll.
Like defense, I'm trained in. Went way off. All right, that's a 7.
7. Okay. Yep. You feel something kind of press against your back of your mind there, Jasper, for a moment. And it feels familiar in the sense you've felt this before. Something's trying to communicate with you, trying to lure you in, and you just hear faint whispering in your ears, but nothing further.
Unsettling. We will keep going.
All
Everything's fine.
right. As far as you're aware. As you kind of come to that spot, Jasper, you run into the river that's
Mm.
cutting through this cave system.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. I don't know if chat can appreciate that, but the water's definitely moving on the map. Or
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
that's just the fog under it, but it's cool.
Yeah.
The water seems to keep going upwards, and you reach the cave edge and you run into a wall.
All right. Cool, cool. Come back this way then.
As
Oh,
you stumble over rock and stones, your light brushes against a strange bridge.
Hmm.
It seems to be made of basalt.
huh.
The strange black stone is out of place in the mountains of Appalachia.
Yeah, I'll kind of wait for everyone to kind of catch up into this space. Hmm. What do y'all think?
More things that shouldn't be here. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, it's
Nope, turn it back.
oh, sorry. That I did something. I
Nope.
apologize.
Do we want to go over that?
I mean, that seems to be the way to cross.
Yeah,
So,
like, can we inspect it first? I feel like inspecting it might be a good idea.
Probably someone that's not me. What do I have anything in? I'm just
See,
trading
what do I even
perception,
have?
but I have an inability in puzzles, problems, and knowledge. So
yeah. Maybe our engineer. Give it a look.
Yeah, I'll take a look to see if it looks sturdy, I guess.
Yeah, roll me engineer.
All right.
Or
Is that
very good.
12?
Basalt is a very sturdy and tough stone, it does form in odd shapes. Like you would, if you didn't know what basalt was, you wouldn't suspect that this was natural stone, but it is a natural stone, just weirdly out of place in Appalachia. It's typically found in the northern hemisphere of the UK, by all accounts, where there was a bit more volcanic activity. But here, it seems to have formed a neat little bridge across.
Our storyteller is really interested in things about the UK, so I wonder if there's a connection there.
Huh. Interesting.
Mhm.
I only went to the Natural History Museum to figure out how basalt works.
Wow, that's some dedication.
It's literally up the street for me, so
It's still
Ah.
it's meat space research,
It's
which
meat
is
space. Oh.
so we're
Oh, I
impressed.
hate those words together. No.
All right, I guess we're gonna go over this out of place bridge.
Uh-huh.
How about I go first on this one, Jasper?
Sure. Go for it.
Let me just say the curator was very excited that somebody was asking so many weird questions about basalt.
I love that.
I didn't tell him that I was for an RPG.
Did you qualify any question you had? Like, so how does this work IRL?
Yeah, it
And
was basically how does this form? Would it form
yes,
here?
you just kept putting IRL at the end of each
Yeah,
question,
basically.
like the word ka in the Japanese question. Just
Yeah.
all right. All right. Yeah, I'm going to be cautious as I cross, and maybe I will take my my crowbar and sort of like tap a little ahead of me as I walk every once in a while. But I'm not, being, I'm not on my hands and knees, checking in every 5 seconds. I'm just
Yeah,
being
yeah.
cautious.
Yeah. With your caution, at most you notice that it's not a flat surface so much as it's kind of a like displaced cobblestone unevenness across the road. But with your caution, you won't trip and fall into the water below.
All right, step carefully, but it seems sturdy enough.
All right, y'all go ahead. I'll
That's what I
take
tell
up the
them.
rear.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make it across just fine.
Alright.
As you do so, there is noticeably a stronger static discharge in the air, as if you've rubbed your hand against a wool cloth too many times, and you're feeling that static discharge sort of build up.
Mm.
Hmm. We're close to something.
I unholster a biscuit.
Prepare for anything. Biscuit.
I would like all of you to make an intellect defense roll.
Oh boy.
Okay.
That's a 7.
Okay.
5 for me.
Okay.
14.
I just got trained in intellect defense, but I don't know how to represent that on my intellect part of the character sheet. I I took a skill, um, a protector skill.
Yeah.
It says
I-
trained in intellect defense.
Yeah, I'm also trained in intellect defense. I think you just roll it and then just let Shay
Yeah,
know that
yeah,
you're
yeah.
trained.
Okay.
Yeah, just let me know you're trained.
Awesome. I'm trained and I'm rolling.
Cool, 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 cool.
Ooh, I
Very
rolled a
nice.
17.
Nice. We like
Very
that.
nice, very nice, very nice. You all kind of get across and you all start feeling this pressure kind of push in a bit more at the back of your mind as this kind of static electricity builds up more and more. But you, Teresa, here, have you come for me? Have you sought me? I'm here.
Where are you?
There's a very long pause as you feel the presence connect with you more. I'm here. And the static kind of builds up more and more. At this point, most of you will notice the hair on your arms kind of standing on end.
Who are you?
There's this almost childlike laughter as you hear, "I'm beloved, silly."
And only Teresa hears this?
Hmm.
Beloved, we, the Green Man, we saved the Green Man, and he wants to protect you. We're here to protect you.
Have you come to free me?
Do you want to be freed?
You all get a very overwhelming feeling of positivity, almost giddiness, loveliness, something lovingly holding you as if a lover or a parent was holding you, a fond memory. Good.
If you want to be freed, we will help you. But know that there are people here that want to hurt you. And we want to make sure that that doesn't happen. The gray ladies seek to take you or hurt you somehow.
There's an invitation to all of you to open yourselves to this voice.
Does it feel foreboding or does it feel,
It
I
feels
don't know?
loving. It's loving, it's warm, it's welcoming.
I don't trust it.
Teresa will open up to it.
There's an overwhelming feeling of being loved and cherished and held, and just cared for. It's asking as if wanting to go, but it's also asking the permission to simply be there. It's a, you feel beloved.
I think Teresa kind of involuntarily like tears up, cries some, and she'll say, "Do you want to show yourself to us?"
Yes. Beloved of my heart, let me be seen.
Show yourself.
As you say that, the electrical static pulls away from all you, and you watch as sparks kind of dance and form over the stone. It kind of coalesce in a space before you, and as you watch, it looks like stars are falling. A rainfall of stars. Or something beautiful appears before all of you. Blinding white, staticky. Beloved. She is beloved by all of you. For a brief moment, you are enamored, and then the feeling fades. She is beautiful.
Teresa's just there in kind of awe in what she sees here. And we'll say, "What can we do to help you?"
There's a pause. You all feel presence of a smile kind of press at the back of your mind. Free me. Wish upon me. I am a star. I am beloved to all. Gaze upon me and wish.
At what cost?
Freedom of myself. I would no longer be here. Your town would fall. That was the deal.
What do you mean fall?
She tilts her head. Or what you think is a head. You're not entirely sure if stars have heads, but she mimics the tilt of one. Your town was falling when I came to this world. I was wished upon and made it right.
The vision of the stars fall, and that was you.
You get the sense she's nodding.
Who wished you here?
I fell. Nobody wished me here. I fell into your mountain. I was wished into entrapment.
By who?
The town.
So, like everyone collectively, or like, a specific person?
She thinks for a moment. The ones who made bargains.
Hmm.
She questions herself for a moment. They did not give me names. But the
Ain't that
price
just the
they
way?
paid was the mountain. Beloveds, hearts of hearts, cost of love, shattered upon stone and ore. She thinks a bit further. You name them. You hold one of their books. As she kind of, you think, gesture towards Owen's book.
My Owen? He wished for this?
He wished to free me, but others got to me first. And he paid, along with those others. The mountain consumed them as a price.
Dare doesn't know what to believe. If if beloved wasn't beautiful, he'd be more likely to be like, all right, maybe this really is something, but the beauty makes him doubt it.
Well, I still think that all of these things can be true together. They're not necessarily mutually exclusive. It just makes things more complicated.
What will happen to the town if you are freed?
It will go as it always has meant to be gone. I poured it into wealth, and the wealth will go, unless you are wise enough to subvert.
Above the table, this is a playing with wishes game. You have to word very carefully. Oh, I'm not good at that.
Why do you think I'm so fucking quiet over here? Just like I can't say anything
When has it ever gone wrong? Oh, yeah, every time.
every time.
Yeah, among our not ideal choices, I think Dare wouldn't take this one, but I don't know that he has the perspective to fight anyone on it if they want to. He just does not fucking know.
I mean, it's difficult, right? Because we got here first, right? And we have an opportunity for, not worst case scenario if things are worded correctly. If the gray ladies get here next and end up uprooting everything anyway, does the town also fall?
But does freeing this thing just leave it lead it right into the hands of the Great Ladies?
Or is this
A
one of the
good
gray
question.
ladies in disguise, you know?
Oh,
Dare's
that'd be
Mm.
nasty.
Dare's got
Oh,
Dare's got like he's wheels with he just assumes wheels within wheels. He's
oh no, the tinfoil hat though. It's like we can't rule that out. No, the seed has been planted.
I will say
No.
you do know that John, before he became John, the ladies could not cross the threshold into the mountain.
Hmm.
Mhm.
There was a bargaining line that they could not cross, which is why John came to you to get her free.
okay, so based on what we know, the gray ladies could not be present here.
Yes.
Um, so-
Right.
okay, that's helpful.
You would also know that there was a bargain to protect her from
Mhm.
outside forces, but John was also in turn barred from this.
Is there anything we can ask to verify that she is telling the truth about any of this?
Yeah. You
Like,
could use your sense lies.
I will do that.
All right. Okay. Roll for sense lies or just whatever you wish to do there. Very good.
I rolled an 18.
Yes, you did.
I rolled
Uh,
really well today, so don't have me roll anymore. We have 45 minutes left. Anything we can
please,
do to just not have to role play.
please roll a one. You get the sense beloved for whatever she is, whatever being she is beyond being a star. She is honest with all of you. You get the sense she just wants to go home. Stars don't do well in mortal realms.
Well, Miss Teresa, whatever you think is best, I'll back you.
I want to free this creature, and I want you, beloved, and you, my friends, to know that. But I'm afraid that that would put us in a lot more peril than what we came down here with.
When you say put us in peril, you mean the town, you mean us.
I'm afraid those witches will come after this thing. That whatever magic is binding it here, whatever is also the same magic that's protecting it.
Is that true, beloved? Are you safe here?
I am safe,
But you don't
but
want to be safe. You want to be free.
I want to live.
Well, I guess it must be your choice, not ours.
She pauses for a while and considers it. It's as if the question has never been posed to her before. My freedom is tied to you. The Green Man has granted me hope. He says people would find me, but it would be their choice. Keep the prosperity going, spend my life force here, Or let me return to the sky.
The way I see it, it's not prosperity. It's just using something. Doesn't belong to us. So I'm asking you, what do you want? Security or freedom?
I want to live my life in the manner I was created for. It is dark beneath these mountains. I have not seen the sky in years. I held each of the fallen in my heart. My security is given trapped here, but I do not want security. I want the wildness of my life back. Would you give that to me?
Doesn't sound like we got any right to keep you here. What say the rest of you?
I'm inclined to agree.
As rough as that is. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Well, shit. I was hoping one of you would object. Fuck. How do we do this?
I'll do
You
it.
all feel,
Oh, go ahead.
you feel the faint warmness of a smile and almost a giddiness as she kind of. You're not sure if it's walking, it's more of a motion of moving forward. Just simply ask.
I wish that the veins of this mountain run deep and black with coal, that the workers here can feel safe, so that they can feel the feeling that you bring of beloved with their families safe in this town. I wish for beloved to, a wish for that belovedness with the mountain, with this town, to be free for everyone.
There's almost a kindness felt across each of your minds. And she says, "Thank you. These lands are blessed and protected by more than just a wish. They're protected by your love for it. And that's more than enough." You see, she collapses in a scattering of sparks, her form snuffing out. And all across the ceiling, you just see streaks of stars form, falling gently like snow. And there's a gentle warmth in all of you, something sacred that there wasn't there before. But she's gone. And the intensity of the electrical charge that was there is gone as well. And the mountain is quiet. As if something has shifted and can't go back in any means, by any means or form. It's just what was there is absent. Owen's book crumbles in your hand.
I think Teresa just sobs.
Jasper will come over and hold you.
Dare
She-
just shakes his head like, what the fuck did we do? Sorry I interrupted you.
No, you
Jaden.
didn't. Mr. Dare, we've been in over our heads since the first minute we started this.
Another big thing, and hopefully not another terrible thing.
It might be
Yeah.
terrible for us. There's no way the gray ladies are going to be happy about what I just did.
Nope.
Yeah, well, if our town's prosperity was built on the back of somebody who didn't want to be here, then that makes us the company men.
Absolutely.
Let's see what's left. Anything else we want to do down here before we see what hell we have wrought?
Yeah. Let's hope that everyone can come out the other side of this.
I'll leave a few biscuits for the Tommy knockers on our way out.
You do so, and as you leave this cave space, this strange area, you find yourself at the top of the mountain, at the mouth of the cave itself. Didn't have to go back through all the other cave systems, you are just present.
Yeah, I've walked home and not realized all the turns I made before.
As you leave, I would say, Beatrice, no, I don't think you can make this. Make me a intellect roll, just in general.
Oh, 14.
Is that all of us?
Mm-hmm.
16.
Also 16.
11.
It is a beautiful summer day, just as you left it. Towns down below, you're looking at it. Smoke's curling from various chimneys. You see the river, see the other mountains around you, the forests, big, beautiful blue sky, few clouds. The mountain behind you is peaceful. First time you felt peace in this space. As if all the anger it was holding on suddenly is just not there. The dark shadows that seem to have clung to it gone. It's just a quiet space now.
There's no screaming this time.
Nothing is bothering the world you are looking at.
Why do I still feel like I sentence this town to be executed.
Welcome to the club.
I guess we'll have to work to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, whatever the fate. At least it's our fate now. It's not the gods fucking with us. Well, I'm sure there's still going to be some fuckery. Let's go tell Applejack the news. I don't know. Not good news, not bad news, just news.
News, news.
News,
Mhm.
news.
News.
You make your way down mountain path, and occasionally you see some animals cross in front of you. A fox or two kind of scampers in front of you. A few hawks kind of are doing what hawks do best, and you see a few deer kind of cluster around a small watering hole deeper into the woods. They perk their ears up at you and watch you go by, but resume what they're doing. Get into town. Nothing has bothered you. The town is busy as always. Nobody really pays much attention to you. They carry about their day.
We don't want to approach any of the gray ladies, do we?
Not just yet.
Okay.
I mean, unless we want to metagame and end on a cliffhanger. Um,
Nah.
I don't want to make it that easy for Jen.
Oh, please do. I will fuck this world up real fast.
No.
Take a number. We're all
I almost feel
beaten
like
to
we're
it.
just gonna be like waiting for them to, like, and so then my thought process is like, do we do things on our terms?
I think Lucas and John can give us some perspective now that we've done what we've done.
Yeah, that's true.
I wouldn't mind talking to them before we have a confrontation, but yeah, I think I agree with your with that sentiment. As a second level character, let's go fight some gods.
You should be third level.
Yeah, I
I
was
was
like,
like,
wait
wait,
a
we're
minute.
tier 3.
Oh,
Come
sorry,
on.
third level. So
Please make sure tier 3.
I'll double check that I did that right. It's been a month. What do you want from
I
me?
know, for real. Yeah, I think talking to John would be let's do that.
All right. As you kind of wind your way back towards Teresa, I would say you dare because you are more of a uh, person who likes to unionize towns. Would notice a company cart pulling in with a tall, dark, handsome man getting off and thanking the driver. He's dressed not so much in company men clothes, but he's dressed well. He has bow tie, a nice white shirt, kind of a tannish jacket on, um, kind of a flat straw cap, a hat, and he glances around, big bright smile as he goes towards the center of town, and he gives a nod to all of you as he keeps walking.
Hmm. Does he look like a Pinkerton?
He's too nicely dressed for that.
Hmm. Well, problem for another day, I think. If I see anyone I recognize, or see anyone I'm particularly close to, I might lean in and go, "Hey, who's the new guy?"
You see that it's the Apple Man. Pull up his
Hmm.
name again.
The
Is
Apple
that
Man.
The Apple
George?
Man. No,
Yeah.
George is the moonshiner.
Oh,
Uh, Devin.
okay.
Devin.
Apple Devon, Apple
Zach.
Jack,
Zach,
Apple Zach.
excuse me. Yeah,
Zach.
Zach.
That's correct.
Excuse me. Zach. It's Zach. And he kind
Apple
of
Zach and
glances
Applejack.
over. He kind of leans over, looks at the man. Uh, Looks like the surveyor from Georgia's up here, finally.
Hmm. Um, and would I know his purpose?
Surveyors are usually ones that either mark out new plots of land or look for mining spots. It can serve a lot of purposes, particularly in means of making roads, plots,
Okay.
mining. And you're
Okay.
not sure which kind
Right.
of surveyor he
Right.
is.
So I can't read too much into that just by. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Great. And
But
there.
you would surmise
Yeah.
a surveyor in a mining town is probably for mining.
Okay. All right. I share that with the group. The surveyor.
Hmm.
And yeah, let's go talk to John or Lucas. John first, maybe. He'll want to know that Beloved is free.
Yeah. Go back to Teresa, and you see John kind of standing in the middle of the garden, facing away from you, but he's looking up towards the sky, kind of humming to himself, a lullaby some of you would recognize, one that's commonly sung in the mountains.
Hey there, Jack.
He turns around. Well, hey there, Miss Teresa.
We did it. She's free.
Who's free?
Beloved.
You see puzzlement kind of fill his face. Beloved? Is that a nice little lady in town? Is she asking after me?
You all right? And like Teresa will get close as if she wants to smell like if he's been drinking or something. Like
What
He
plants have
lets
been
you.
eaten?
You get close. He hasn't been drinking. He just looks like he's been digging around, planting things in your garden. And he's holding a basket of what looks to be ramps and other forest goods. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine, Miss Teresa.
but you don't know who Beloved is.
Could I?
You should. You tasked us to free her, to protect her.
He turns to Beatrice. Did I do that? Did I ask them to watch after you?
Oh, I mean, yeah, you asked us to go down there and talk to her and free her. Um,
I mean,
do
this
you
job
remember?
sounds like a job for the sheriff, honestly. Maybe you should talk to the sheriff if you need to free somebody, because hostage situations aren't cool.
Yeah, just puts like a hand up to his forehead. It's like, are you feeling okay?
He lets you and kind of pulls your hand up on his hair. What are you doing, Beatrice? He feels fine.
Okay, just making sure you don't, have a fever or something.
Uh-huh. Y'all acting real weird.
You see Dare just like visibly relax through all of this conversation, and he says, "Ah, I was waiting for the other to shoot a drop. Here we go. John, how did we meet?"
Out on the road. I was wandering in, you met me and got a job with Miss Teresa, working her garden. Jasper shot me first time we met. I remember that much.
What do we
Where did
call
he
you?
shoot you?
Think he aimed at my head, but shot my shoulder. Kind of pulls his shirt aside, and you do see a bullet wound on his shoulder.
Teresa, are those scratches still on your wall?
Well, I'll go look and see. Um, Jack, you remember to wash up before coming in for dinner.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
Um,
gonna go get some chicken eggs if that's all right with you.
Sounds good to me.
Cool.
Well,
What is
we
happening?
might need to worry less about severed fingers.
Or swamps mysteriously appearing in our households.
As you discuss this, you go in, Teresa. Yeah, the scratches are still there.
So all this happened, but John doesn't remember being the Green Man.
Not at all.
Maybe John was never the Green Man. Maybe the Green Man took over John's body, and I don't know. They're like halfway through like this suggestion is like I can't believe I'm saying this sentence. Like this is this is all just fucked up.
Well, I think I'm getting a headache.
All right,
What is happening?
let's talk to Lucas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are the posts still in the center of town? Like or the remnants of them?
No, they've been taken down by now. People were quick to
Okay.
take them down.
Is there any sign that they were ever there? Like
Just where the dirt was at one point.
in that
Like,
in that in that um if we walk by there, I'd like to take a look just to see if that happened.
yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Versus if it's yeah.
Yeah, the posts where they were still have holes in the ground. They haven't been
Okay.
filled in yet. Somebody hasn't gotten around to do it yet.
All
Um,
right.
but yeah, it seemed to have all happened.
Okay. Yeah, let's go talk to Lucas.
Yeah, he's outside your home, kind of reading and journaling. When you come, he looks up and smiles. Hey,
So let's start filling him in.
so you fill him in, and as you do so, his face grows more and more concerned, and he just kind of nods a little after you finish. That sucks. I'm sorry. I mean, if John is John, with memory loss, maybe that was part of the deal. Or maybe Beloved just, I don't know. Two immortal beings wrapped up in each other. Something had to break eventually.
Any chance Beloved is sticking around?
Nah. You wished her away, yeah?
I wished her to be free.
Stars would go home. They're pretty
Stars would go home.
straightforward. Yeah. They're pretty straightforward with their wants and needs. But sometimes, from what my mom has told me, the weight of immortality is not one mortals should bear ever. So maybe John just finally gave up the ghost of hanging on to the past, what he was, and had to move forward. You wished for it all to move forward, yeah?
I tried to word the wish in a way that we would still, that this town would still live in some way. That there would be work for people, there'd be a reason for timber to still exist.
Maybe John losing that aspect of himself was him living, moving forward and finding work. Remembering what he was holding him back. Not necessarily a bad thing, just John's gonna be a person now, not more beetle more being turned person. Humanity's greatest gift is being mortal.
Yeah. Well, and he was enjoying being mortal in the first place, I guess. Not knowing he was once immortal was about as equal a blessing.
It's kindness, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose so.
Now he can just be John. He doesn't have to be the Green Man. He doesn't have to be this person who made bargains. He doesn't have to carry tremendous guilt like that anymore. He's just a person.
Would that we were all so lucky.
Hmm. Think that path is up to you.
Well, my one fear, I mean, I fear for the town, but if the town dries up, coal towns dry up, that happens. We'll move to the next place, find a way to live. But I I'm afraid that what we did is going to anger those witches.
Yeah, probably. But they don't have anything to bargain with against you anymore.
No, they do not.
True.
So maybe that was an equal kindness. Take away that moral dilemma. I mean, you still can hand over John if you really, really wanted to, but he's worthless to them now.
Yeah, he was protecting beloved. He was part of the whole spell in that place. So, yeah, they're probably not even interested in him anymore.
But they will be interested in the four of you.
Yeah. Think y'all brought up a good point that maybe we shouldn't wait for them to for all three of them to show up on our doorstep. Maybe we should confront them one at a time, see if we can get them to leave. Leave at worst, or I guess leave at best.
Yeah, I don't want to be awoken in the middle of the night, uh, ready for a fight. So, yes, make sure you've got everything you need.
I've been working on ways to protect us. Still all new to me, but I think for the first moment I feel ready.
Who do we want to confront first?
I think we all know Miss Jenny Brown.
Yeah.
You all got a
Like, I'm
personal
not gonna
vendetta.
say it, but it's funny. It's either
Truly.
we take her out first or we save her for last. There's no in between.
Right.
She does not get to be second.
Okay. Lucas/Jonas will stand up and kind of pat each of your shoulders gently. This is the weirdest magical trip I've been on, and I've been a few places.
Well, I was just a simple card reader before you came sniffing around, so we're all having a little bit of an adventure, aren't we?
Well, that reminds me, they're voting on union rights in a few days. So, you're doing something right.
Well, we could use that kind of good news. Thank you.
Yeah, they got a new foreman.
Is that,
Oh,
is that surveyor that arrived, or is that something else?
Oh no, that surveyor came in at my request, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I figured as he kind of gestures to himself. As the new foreman, gotta do it right.
Interesting.
You sold me, Dare. What can I say?
Hmm. Wow. Wonder what I could set my mind to do if I actually believed we had a future in this town.
No
Thank you.
worry. Oh yeah. Thank you for, believing. I wasn't exactly the most confident man when you met me. But I wanted to do right by you. By all of you. And I figured safety regulations union that you brought forward, I can help make it right. And potentially buying out McCavish and the company is on the table, so I've been working. You've been exploring mines and mountains and witches and what have you.
well, someone's got to do it.
I think Dare gives him a hug.
Oh, yeah. He kind of wraps his arms around you. He's like,
Oh, it's awkward. It is so awkward.
"Oh, it's okay, buddy," as he pats your back.
The dogs are just barking all over.
Yeah.
You want to get involved?
Well, I was thinking about naming the union after you, Dare, if that's all right.
No, don't do that.
Hmm.
It's got to be bigger than one person.
He pulls out a sketchbook and holds it up. It just says the union, the Daring Union.
Shit.
It's good,
He
yeah?
he he tears up a little bit because there's dust in the air, not because
Of course.
yeah, just because of that.
And you see the dare under the words Daring Union, a badge that says 01 and the year.
Hmm. Timber.
And we're gonna get, he points to your bird, Teresa. We're gonna still use canaries until the new gas meters get in. Gas meters are expensive, by the way.
Well, Lucky's been good to us, so sure she just kind of looks in the cage. I don't know. It's a good bird, and I'll be happy to return her.
Well, remember there's always the light in the dark if you just look a little hard. town might not be protected by magical means or anymore, but it can live. It can actually finally live. Security's fine and all, but protecting it from dangers, that's not a life. Little boys and girls and everything in between that grows up in this world can actually live a good life. Proud of yourselves, you know?
Well, that might be a bridge too far for Dare, but
Yeah, I don't know if I'd go so far as say proud, but I am happy to be alive right now.
I hear what you're saying.
Good. Now you four shitheads better get back in town. I'm sure there's something going on that's nice and celebratory. Mostly, I want to buy y'all drinks. Come on.
Well, happy to go with them.
Yeah.
Lucas will take you back to the tavern and you all can sit down and have a good drink, a good meal, chat away, and the peace that you felt on the mountain has settled into the town itself. And there's just goodness and vibrancy. Something has pulled away shades of gray and shadow that was unnoticeable before, but now that you see the world anew, it's different in a good way. Something fresh has come into the world. And as you're having a meal and Lucas toasts to you all, that feeling carries on throughout the day. And when the night kind of settles in, you all watch as a shower of stars fill the sky, dancing with joy. One of the biggest and brightest stars, shooting stars you've seen in a while. And you almost feel a comforting thanks in the back of each of your minds as the starry night pulls you into your gentle slumber. And that's what we'll end for today.
Oh, oh,
Well done. And as we go around the table, once again, thank you all for listening and tuning in for tonight. I am Jennifer, and you can find me on Twitter at LaughMakerDND, where I do various TTRPGs and various games. You can find me there exclusively or on Twitch /Koski Sigma, streaming every Tuesday, Destiny 2. Now, top of the round, Alex. Who are you? What you do?
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for including me. I've been Alex. I publish and perform as Lex Wilson, Alexotica on Twitter, lexwilson.bsky.social on Blue Sky, lexwilson.com for everything else. I just wrapped up another horror actual play, 6 episodes with Girls Run These Worlds, playing Heart, The City Beneath. And between our last episode and this one, I was part of the Desies and Dragons fundraiser, Rolling Seaward, playing The Witch is Dead to raise money for medical aid for Palestinians. I believe those games will start disappearing from Twitch this weekend. The Desies and Dragons one will, and they are not yet on YouTube. Maybe if I'm going to promote anything right now, if you happen to live in a country that still has a representative government, there's never a bad time to check your voter registration or equivalent. And if you feel disillusioned, you've given up on politics, the anecdote for the sorry the antidote, not anecdote, for disillusionment is to vote more. Not just wait for the national election cycle, but the local elections, the low turnout elections, because that's where the fuckery happens. That's where we see the gerrymandering, the people trying to ban books and do anti-LGBTQ plus legislation. So that's where we need more participation, and then you will feel less disillusioned because what you see will be more representative of the future that you want to see. So please do that.
Thank you very much. Heck.
All right. Hey, everybody. It's me, Sir Heckalot. I'm here. I'm on your screen. And I was back with Beatrice tonight. I've, it feels like this isn't it. Like this can't just be it, right? And there's something that's gonna happen next session. That's what's on my brain right now, but we'll get into it later.
Not if we
You
organize and all decide not to show up next time, because then
no,
we get this
no,
happy
we can't
ending.
do this again.
No.
No,
Hey, we
no.
stand together or we fall apart.
Oh my God. Oh, you can find me all over the internet at Sir Hackalot, including Twitch, Itch, I guess Twitter as long as supplies last, etc., etc. Just find me is the best place to figure out where I'm going to be in the TTRPG space next, because I tend to wander a lot and do a lot of things and wear a lot of hats. And it's even more hectic now that I'm in my fourth year of vet school, where I'm on a more chill rotation. I'm on necropsy, so it's like all dead things. So like that's not very fun. But at least I'm brushing up on my anatomy. It'll work for my board exams and stuff, I guess. At least kind of look into where I'm gonna be. At least until next episode. Tomorrow night you can find me over on Crits and Giggles TTRPG with All Hail the Queen as a Tyranny of Dragons campaign, with a ton of homebrew in it. And we're actually going to be seeing the hometown of two of our player characters who are twins. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going on in the Elvish town. There's already like a lot of like I don't know, like family drama. So it's gonna be a whole thing. On Friday you can find me over on Neon Lights Roleplay with Cold Hands Warm Hearts, a Rhyme with Frost Maiden campaign. My character just got resurrected last episode, so I'm back. I'm back with my main PC and it feels good. On Monday, find me right back on Neon Lights Roleplay with Oathsworn, Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, where there's more drama, more character beats that my character is going through. And it's oh my God, there's gonna be so much character drama in that one too. Um, it's gonna be such a lineup. And then on Tuesday, you can find me on Enchanting Sorcery, playing an Into the Old Margrave, a Into the Woods style 5e campaign. It's a great time. Um, but yeah, that's it until next episode, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you very much, Mal.
Hi, I'm Mal, aka Archangelic. You can find me here. I run games here. Like I said, Soliloquy said them in the announcements, so I won't repeat them. So, otherwise, you can find me on Twitter, as Archangelic, Blue Sky as archangelic.space. And yeah, I do professional GMing as well. You can find me startplaying.games/GM/archangelic. I have Pathfinder game, a D&D game, Thirsty Sword Lesbian campaign, all up. Also have one shot if you're interested in learning a little bit different game. I have a one shot up for to learn Wanderhome. So if you've ever been interested in GM-less games, I'm offering to guide you through that process. So, um, but yeah, that's me. I just want to remind everyone that we are going to go into our after show after we do our little outros, and that will be on Patreon, patreon.com/lanternlight adventures.
Thank you. And Soliloquy.
Hey friends, I am Soliloquy Jaden. You can find me everywhere online as Fat Sapphic Bro. I mostly hang out on TikTok and make a variety of content. Feel free to come follow me. As for streaming, explained all the details in the announcements, but the quick rundown: I'm here on Twitch most Sundays, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m., most Tuesdays, 6 to 9 p.m., and most Wednesdays, 2 to 5 p.m., all Pacific time. Thanks for hanging out with us.
And thank you once again, dear listeners and viewers, for tuning in to the Old Gods of Appalachia, the Breathing Mountain. Hope you can tune in next week as we venture forward into paths unknown as we leave off tonight on a hopeful note. Good night and good luck.